Stand by for launch command. T-minus 1 minute. Control, we have liftoff. Mission Control, the bird has landed. Guidance systems on.
This is about Safir Global and a company called Zeniq Technologies. We have the privilege, the opportunity, and the excitement of learning a little bit about, like I said, the DeFi community. We know that there is decentralized finance is kind of the thing that a lot of people are venturing into, but they're finding out that blockchain is one thing, but then now when you start to try to understand how to navigate in the yield farming aspects and how to understand the yield farming, how do you benefit from that on a daily basis versus a yearly basis, right? A lot of these programs have smart contracts and they want you to put your money in there for long periods of time. And like I said, if you don't understand how to swap in these liquidity pools, how to create liquidity in the first place, and that you got to turn it on and turn it off. And then the ultimate piece of that is minting your own coins through these processes, but you have to use the native coin or the liquidity provider's coin in order to continue that process. And like I said, it's a very, very challenging process if you're not familiar with that space. But when you understand, like I said, I read an article that talked about it. And in that article, it actually mentioned that you can make compound interest. Let's say you do 1% every day and you compound it. So if you had $1,000 or $1,500 that you put into one of these decentralized finance liquidity pools, and you had it compounded every single day, you will be in the hundreds of thousands of percent APY, right? You could yield over 1,000% and tens of thousands of percent if you literally had it compounded every single day, right? And so it's not impossible, it's literally happening and people are taking advantage of that. And there's videos out there. You can easily go to YouTube and find videos that talk about these things. I've watched them and I still scratch my head over how in the world would I get in there and make that happen, right? So I was introduced to a company and that I'm going to talk about today that has simplified DeFi, but made it just as profitable and more so because of the company that is behind this technology. So the disclaimer, obviously, we want to make sure that people know that, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about minting of coins. We're going to talk about the halving process. We're going to talk about actual forecasted, numbers. When you're talking about a company, when you're talking about what they're doing in the future, when you're talking about what they're producing and investments and things like that, then yes, of course, there's going to sound like some investment or some type of promises of income. But no, what we're showing you are numbers and we're showing you math, right? If you do this, then these are the numbers that will be the result of that. We don't control, in this conversation, I don't control the price of the actual asset that is being invested in. So that's why I say I can't promise you anything. All I can say is this is a absolutely research opportunity. There's 3 companies that are involved that's making this happen. And, so that's really what I want to present to you is we've done some due diligence here. My sponsor, we've talked to the corporate partners there at the base of this operation. Very solid. People got the background. They know what they're doing. And this is definitely something that I look forward to offering as an opportunity that will keep you safe, keep you focused on, earning versus trying to worry about where your money is going. All right, so we got the disclaimer there. If you want a copy, you can definitely get a copy, no problem. What's the mission? The mission of the Safir and Zeniq companies is connecting traditional banking, finance, and fiat currency and the crypto in one system, where people can build a viable income, a viable business, and create a sustainable income by using the Zeniq platform. So in a nutshell, we know that these guys are serious because what they're trying to do is not only, create this connection between traditional banking and crypto, and they want to make sure that people can build a viable business and create that sustainable income by using the Zeniq platform. And when we talk about the Zeniq platform, we're talking about Zeniq Technologies, a fintech enterprise. This company has created an opportunity that we are looking at here today. The next generation of crypto and fiat payment, seamless fiat and crypto ecosystem for finance and investments. We are entering the multi-trillion-dollar market of finance and investments. Yes, that's a T, trillion-dollar market. We have went beyond your Forex, your stock market, and just crypto. We're talking finance and investments, which include crypto and all other digital assets. This is where you want to be. So I mentioned, Dubai, and I like talking about this because some people have no idea that Dubai is an actual city, or UAE or Emirates is an actual location that has more than just deserts. Now, if you vacation there and you've taken a desert trip and you got into one of those SUVs and went over the dunes, yeah, that's some exotic stuff, and that's pretty exciting. But when you go back a little bit and understand what Dubai has created, they are one of the smartest cities. And when I say smart cities, I'm talking technology. I'm talking that the government. Now, if you spend any time in the Middle East, when you got to deal with government agencies, you can spend all day long getting nothing done. So just bear with me here. So this is why it's so impressive for me. I spent about 11 years in the Middle East, and Bilal's been in the Middle East, and we worked over there together. And we know if you have to go to a government agency to try to get something done, your day is gone, right? There is no rush. Nobody's jumping up and down to help you. Everything is slow, right? So when I look at Dubai and I see that they're considered the blockchain city, then I start doing some research and I find out that they have what they call, Dubai 2020, Dubai 2030, right? And then you have a UAE, and it's really the UAE, but Dubai is kind of the hub. Whereas, Abu Dhabi is actually the capital, but Dubai is just well known. They have the, the first 7-star hotel in Al Arab, and they have the tallest building, Burj Khalifa, which is, the tallest building in the world. So think about that for a second. You can think about them as the dust, and the desert, but this is the oasis in the desert. They have really created an opportunity where companies, when the rest of the world was suffering with the pandemic, they were inviting companies over there to start their business, to launch their business. Why? Because they took care of it. They made sure that the pandemic was under control, and they made sure that people were safe. As you can see, they host the Future Blockchain Summit. This is not the first one. They've done one every year for years. They have the Dubai Smart City Accelerator. So they're well known. They've actually won awards being the top smart city in that accelerator because of the technology that they produce. And Dubai is crowned the smart city, the smartest city at the Expo of Global Smart City Awards. So this is the place that we are actually partnering with companies that do business, grow their business, have created their blockchain from this city. So if I'm going to do business in the blockchain or DeFi space, why would I go to the blockchain city? This is the blockchain hub of the world. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay. All right. You may be saying, okay, Rashid, I heard you talk a little bit about yourself. Well, I heard you talk about a lot of history there, and you talk about high school. Like, why would you go back and tell me about your high school? Well, because, hey, you know what? As I grow, as I travel, as I move around the world, I run into people that I literally grew up with, and we're in, in Dubai, or we may be in Iraq. And it's just great. I went to Djibouti one time in Africa, and run into people that I haven't seen forever. If you're in the contracting world, or if you're in network marketing, you normally will run into somebody that maybe you grew up with, or maybe you knew from another program. So yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about, my history. So real quick on this slide, I just want you to know that, I don't personally, look at network marketing as like the only way to go, or I didn't grow up saying, hey, I'm going to be a network marketer. I just saw an opportunity that I was working with the Air Force. My money was very low. I need to take care of my family. And so I ventured into network marketing. That gave me an insight to alternative ways to make money, legit ways, and so on and so forth. I did okay in the first 2 or 3 iterations. Didn't really hit success until I got to Kuwait with a company called Winalight. And my wife, I guess she was probably the more successful one in that one. But we grew really large. We had about 8, different countries of people in our organization. So that was a pretty profound opportunity for us, but it did shed some light on how amazing it could be. So I spent time in, like I said, Kuwait. I was doing a seminar there in San Diego, and then we obviously ventured to Thailand a little bit there with my little camera. Spent time in China with the CEO and CFO and the top producer from Malaysia there, Dr. Young, with the Winalight program. And then down here in Dubai on the bottom right, we were doing one of our big engagements there with our Winalight program. This is a few years back when I was over in Kuwait. So, like I said here, I pulled this quote from, I think my good friend, the owner of B, in a network marketing technology company, Munir Islam. He says, don't wish life to be easier. Seek for more skills and more wisdom. And that's something that, we need to be careful of what we actually ask for, because sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, I wish this was not so hard. No, don't wish that it's not so hard. Wish that you were just better at what you're doing, so those skills can be carry over for the future. So this is who you're dealing with. So you already know who you're dealing with, and and really, it's not about the being the presenter today. It's about who is going to be the coach and mentor that you want to partner with, so you can be successful. And that's really why that slide was there. This slide is telling you why you're really here. If I do nothing else but I talk about this slide, then I think I will be talking to everybody that's listening to this presentation. What is the opportunity? The Zeniq Hub is that one tablet that you see there, and that's a revolutionary product that's been created. The Zeniq Technologies is developing the first fiat cryptocurrency financial Zeniq Hub. They've combined their asset exchange platform with a strong cryptocurrency and a modern mobile fiat banking system supporting their seamless network. Here it is. Listen carefully. Zeniq provides you the opportunity to invest in products and projects in the early stage to enjoy strong profits and tokenized assets to increase your ROI. If you want to increase your return on investment with no recruiting required, this is what they're offering right now. The marketing division that me, my sponsor, and the corporate contact, literally, that's where I'm at. I am one of the not corporate, one of the team leaders that has been given authority to find leaders in each country and get them in place and make sure that we're ready to go. And we have an opportunity here to build amazing teams if you're willing to step up and commit to building your teams, because this right here needs to get out to everybody. Like I said, I didn't run out here and find a network marketing company. That was not my intent. But the power of this particular company to change lives is outstanding. And I cannot sit on the sidelines with something this powerful. All right. So no recruiting required, but I welcome you to be part of the whole plan if you so desire. So we're going to talk a little bit about giving everyone simple, uncomplicated access to the crypto world. This is what Zeniq does. They provide answers and solutions, right? The maximum legal and secure protection they provide to all digital assets. We're going to talk about the fusion between crypto world and financial world, trade, offline, online. We're going to talk a little bit about asset accumulation, which I think everybody understands asset accumulation. That means that when you are an actual coin holder for the Zeniq coin, you're going to receive coins minted every single day into your account every single day without, and I'll show you how that works later on. But this is the power of DeFi, the coin minting process that is so challenging if you do it on your own. They have simplified all of that by the click of a button. We're going to talk about the DEX, decentralized exchange, that they're creating with minimal fees, and they're going to compete with the bigger ones out there, like the Binance, like the Qcoin, the biggest ones out there, Coinbase Pro, Femex. All of these, exchanges are doing their thing for cryptocurrency, and you can trade, your cryptocurrencies on those. They're creating a decentralized exchange like a Uniswap, like your PancakeSwap. These are some of the other top exchanges out there that they actually are creating something, along those same lines. The biggest thing that you want to take away from this slide is we're going to talk about what Safir and Zeniq Technologies is doing with the tokenization, or the $1 trillion market, which is tokenization. This right here is very powerful, and I'll tell you exactly what that means here shortly. We know that Zeniq Technologies is headquartered in the Dubai International Financial Center, which is in Zeniq Park Towers right there in Dubai. So like I said, in the past, we deal with companies, you don't know where they're at, you don't know who's behind it, you don't know if it's real or not, but they're offering you 15% a day return on your investment. You put your money in and you hope that something happens in the next day, like you get your money back. Most of the time you make money a couple of days and you don't know who's behind it, and all of a sudden they're gone. Well, guess what? We're out of that business. Here's the legitimate company that's showing you this is where we are, right? And when you're dealing with, the companies here in Dubai and Kuwait and Qatar and all these places, they don't have a lack of funds. So you don't have to worry about them trying to steal your money, nor do they want to run off with your money. So that right there, we've eliminated that problem. Okay, so that's the first piece of the puzzle. Then what's the next piece? Who's behind this? Why Zeniq Technologies? Why Safir Global? Why are they so profound? Why am I even supporting this particular option? Well, one, OCS International Commodities and Investments. OCS is an international investment bank, right? It is a boutique bank because they focus on specific areas of finance. They don't do all of the banking. They don't do like credit, checking accounts and savings accounts. They're not that kind of bank. They're bigger. They have over 8 locations out in the world. You can look them up at ocs-finance.net. You can get all that information. But this company has invested in Zeniq Technologies, and they took them on as a client to support them in all of these roles. And they have plenty of other banks out there that support what they do because they're international. Obviously, you got to have a correspondent bank between your bank and their bank. And so they provided all that. The key part of this slide is where it says private crypto fund. If you're going to have, a bank, right? If you're going to do a business and you're going to create blockchain, DeFi, if you're going to talk cryptocurrency, you want a bank that understands that. Because think about this for a second. If these guys that run Zeniq Technologies or Safir Global, if they didn't understand the technology and cryptocurrency and the world around that, you would think, right, they would just choose any supporter. If the bank that supports them didn't understand cryptocurrency, what do you think would happen when Bitcoin is at 60,000 and it drops down to 30,000 and it stays there for 3-4 weeks? All of a sudden, the bank that's supporting that are saying, well, you know what? We might want to pull out because we're going to lose money with this one, because they don't understand how cryptocurrency works. Well, guess what? These guys actually do understand it. They've invested in their own crypto fund, and they're creating their own digital currency, and it's going on the market July 1st. So if they're involved in, and the CEO for this OCS Dubai division of their bank or branch of their bank, he's actually has background in trading cryptocurrency, supports cryptocurrency, and looks for opportunities with cryptocurrency. So this is the power of the opportunity that we have. You got Safir Global, which is a global operation. They actually have backing by the royal family in UAE. So we know they're solid. Then they have this backing, meaning they have investors. Then you have Zeniq Technologies, which has created all the technology that we're going to talk about today. And then you have OCS International Finance and Investment Bank that has over 8 locations in 8 different countries that support cryptocurrency, and they're advising and taking on Zeniq Technologies as a client. So tell me, that's solid, right? So this is why we're so convinced that this is the opportunity of the century, because they have proven that they've done the due diligence, they put in the work, and now they have a foundation. Now, one of the things that I did find out that some people, ask me about or kind of question or whatever, I brought this out and I said, hey, look, have you heard about this? And, one gentleman from Germany was like, oh, yeah, this was back last year in Germany, Austria, because a lot of these guys are Austrian. And I said, yeah, this is something that a lady brought to me back in November of last year, and I passed on it. And I said, wow, that's interesting. Because here's what's interesting about that. If you knew about it in November of last year, then good. So I think the impression was, oh, this is not new. I knew about this already. But the company was in the planning stages. They hadn't even created the coin. They haven't created the exchange. They were planning to do all of these things. So somebody that saw it before basically was afraid of the startup, missed the opportunity that they're having right now. The marketing just started June 4th or 5th. June 4th or 5th. I got the information June 14th. Yeah, June 14th. I was brought in as one of the top producers and leaders in this particular area because, one, of my blockchain DeFi background, but then 2, because I understand how to build teams and keep teams engaged, and 3, because I did over $800,000 in volume in my last opportunity. So this is a place that when somebody brought it to me, I said, I got it. I see it. I will definitely take this to the masses because this is fascinating, right? This is the next level opportunity that I haven't seen before. And I really have expected, I've always looked for this, but now it's here. And so I can't turn my back on it because I know that I can really, really help so many people in this space. All right. So these are some of the guys that are behind this. Like I said, you can find them. They have LinkedIn profiles. They have, information that you can verify. You can kind of compare it to other sites and all that good stuff. So like I said, sometimes people want to know who's behind the company. Are they legit? All that kind of stuff. Yeah, these guys, they've been there, done that, and they're doing it again. Well, if you don't know them, you probably know Jack Ma. You probably know the CEO of Binance here as well. So Jack Ma, being the CEO of Alibaba, right? He says blockchain technology could change our world more than people imagine. More than people imagine, right? This is, the Chinese guy, Jack Ma, definitely a leader in this type of technology. Then you have Patrick Byrne, which is the founder of Overstock.com. Very popular. They take Bitcoin. What the internet did to publishing, blockchain will do to about 160 different industries. So, if you don't think you're in the right place at the right time, I don't know what else to say. Well, let's say one more thing then. Blockchain will be bigger than the internet. Yeah, this is because this guy is running the largest exchange of crypto in the world. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so you can see all of these industries here, from travel to banking to energy, finance, health, logistics, trade. Blockchain has touched every single industry out there. And like they said, it's going to hit at least 160 industries. So believe me, blockchain is here, it's going to stay, and it's going to grow. And when you get into the banking and finance use cases, then you know that we're delving into the decentralized finance portion of opportunity. And that's where you want to be. But if you really want to get involved, then the Zeniq Hub, this right here, and the reason why I even show this is because this right here is centered to the technology that nobody else out there has created and put into this particular format. Everything is created for the person that wants the security. They want the availability of decentralized finance, no KYC involved because it's your tablet. You're controlling all of that. So nobody else has control over that. So no reason to obviously create the KYC. So now the security and the safety of your information, your data, your features, your humanity everything is secure, because on a cold wallet, which is offline, everything is on you. There's a 12 to 24 seed phrase that you're gonna need to maintain. Obviously, if you lose it, nobody can break into this particular apparatus. Everything that you own and love is going to be inside there. But like I said, when you start to understand more about the blockchain, decentralized finance, and these space, then you'll start to understand what makes this so unique and what makes it so important to your life, to your livelihood, to your security. You don't have somebody tapping into your secure areas and taking that information and selling it to somebody else because they have it locked down. They have what they call a feature that is within the technology versus outside. So you don't need KYC, you don't need 2FA, 3FA, because it's already I forget the title. It's a foil, or it's anyway. It's the security is within the actual tablet, and you don't have to add something because they already got it built in. It's a name I just can't remember it at the moment. So anyway, but it's definitely secure. We have this Zeniq hub, and here's one of the most, oh my gosh, the Zeniq hub has a master node. So I don't want to forget that piece. That is critical. So if you understand the minting and mining process, here's what's interesting about this particular Zeniq hub. Zeniq has created a way that you can you own the master node. When you purchase this particular hub, you own the master node for minting and mining cryptocurrency, right? So the Zeniq coin is being produced every single day on autopilot by the minting process. You don't have to touch anything. It happens, you look, and it's already there. So if you're minting 100 coins per day, then you're going to see 100 plus coins per day in your back office every single day. And there is a 1% mining process. And so this is something that I understood just recently, that in order to really balance out what they need to do, they had to continue with 1% mining and 99% minting. 1% mining is proof of work. So it takes energy, it takes electricity, it takes, these particular things. But then you got 99% minting, which doesn't take those particular levels of energy, right? It's a proof of stake process. So that happens. You have a long-term staking, and you have the short-term where you can actually cash in, cash out on the coins that are produced. And I'll show you exactly how that works right now. Because there is no waiting for the coins to be produced, because they're already being traded on Uniswap. So if you recognize that coins are being produced, companies can create actual cryptocurrency, absolutely. But a lot of them haven't created anything, and they're not on an exchange. So there are coins out there. There are companies that create their own coins. That's true. But here's what's good about this one. The coins have huge potential for increase because, one, the limited amount of hubs that will actually help to produce those. Two, annual halving, just like a Bitcoin, there's halving. The halving process helps to keep the currency value a little higher because of the lack of a whole lot of coins out there. And tokenization is probably key to the value of this particular cryptocurrency. So if you think that this coin, being a native coin for Zeniq Technologies, being utilized for, just like any other cryptocurrency, you'll be able to use it to purchase things and so on and so forth. It's on Uniswap. So you can actually trade it today, right? So you don't have to wait to trade this coin. It's already on Uniswap, and it's going to be on PancakeSwap pretty soon as well. So if you have a BNB pair, if you have a Ethereum or URC20 pair that you want to pair up with, with the Zeniq coin, guess what? You can do that. So if you have BNB tokens right now and you know that they're very low, then you can say, you know what, let me take the Zeniq coin and pair it up with BNB, and let me go ahead and trade it into BNB and go ahead and take that right on out, or purchase more. Totally up to you, however you want to do that. So it's available right now. And that's why I really want to hit home, because a lot of people want to ask that question, like, oh, so you're creating a coin. And so how do we know that there's value in that? It's already on the exchange. There's already value, not on the centralized exchange. It's on the decentralized exchange. And so going on Google and trying to find it, you're not going to find it over there. you need to go to Uniswap, and you'll find it under Uniswap's digital decentralized exchange. So that's where the actual coin is housed and traded right now. They also have the Zeniq app is going to be available soon, and they have the Zeniq exchange that they're creating. With this exchange, some of the features of the exchange that they're creating is, one, the best exchange rates. They're looking to make sure they have the best rates. Free transfers, which is not known. Most of the time there's a fee involved somewhere. The IBAN compatible. So the verification, if you're using a bank account or something like that and you're transferring funds in or out, then it's an automatic verification process that they're going to create. Very low fees. So you can use a Zeniq coin as well. Euro coin, which is a stable coin, obviously similar to the USDC or USDT. The transaction fees for that will be 0.01. Don't know how low or much lower you want to get. Whatever you see traded on a Binance or traded on a KuCoin or Huobi or, any of those out there, you'll see it on the exchanges with Zeniq as well. And the power of what Zeniq has produced their own blockchain. And so I don't want to forget. I want to let you know why I believe in this one and why it's so powerful. Zeniq has their own blockchain. They're not sitting here taking somebody else's information and just replicating it. No, they're using actual experts to develop this technology that they know is out there, that they know needs, some help. And so in order for them to perfect their concept, their ideas, they have created their own blockchain. And so Zeniq has a blockchain, and here's the beauty of their blockchain. If you know anything about Uniswap, Uniswap is only ERC20 tokens, right? The Ethereum tokens. So if you know anything about PancakeSwap, then it's only BNB or Binance Smart Chain type tokens and coins that you can interchange on those too. Then you got your Tron, you got your Cardano, and so on and so forth, right? So Bitcoin obviously has a Bitcoin blockchain. All these are different blockchains. Bitcoin blockchain does about 7 to 8, maximum 8 transactions per second. How many transactions per second do you think that the Zeniq blockchain has accomplished? 50,000 transactions per second is what the Zeniq blockchain is rated at. So obviously they've done something right. And without having the restrictions of one or the other blockchain, you can take any of the coins out there and be able to trade it on the Zeniq exchange. That's what's powerful about the Zeniq blockchain is you don't have to wrap tokens and coins in order to get them to transfer over. You can actually go on the Zeniq exchange and use any pair that you desire. And I've faced that on Trust Wallet. I've faced it on other platforms where I could not find a match between Engine Coin and LTC. And I'm like, why? Because they're two different blockchains. So they have solved that problem. And so that right there by itself would attract a lot of people to this particular platform as soon as it's developed. Now, here's something that I may save for later, but why not? As a coin holder of the Zeniq coin, right? After you invest in the particular program and you have coins produced every day, you're also going to get an additional commission because you're a coin holder. You're going to get a commission off of the Zeniq exchange fees that are produced from that particular project or program. That just came out in June, where the CEO came back and said, instead of giving you 30% coin holders, we're going to give you 100% of the profits from the Zeniq exchange back to the coin holders. Yeah, that's another way that we earn commissions passively with this particular program. And yes, they want to be one of the top 10 exchanges in the world by the third year that they go out there and start working. Zeniq app, well, like any other app, the app comes out. We actually have an opportunity to use that app, and we can do pretty much everything that normal apps do. You can monitor your finances on there. You'll be able to access your Safir hub and have a link between the hub and the smartphone, and you'll have the ability to make crypto and fiat payments seamlessly if you want to do online shopping, so on and so forth. So you'll be able to use your Zeniq coin as well as any other cryptocurrency that you have in the wallet through the app. All right, so tokenization. All right, so a lot of times people ask the question, I hear you saying tokenization. What in the world is tokenization? I had the same question too. But the thing that attracted me was there's a forecast that by 2027, tokenization alone will be a $24 trillion industry. So that being said, if you're going to make real money, you want to go where real money is. And when you get into the trillions, Forex attracted me a long time ago. Crypto definitely, something that we know is profitable. But now tokenization has come back with the roar. So here's the thing about tokenization. Here's what you want to take away from this. One, it's not just tokens. It's not just finance. It's a combination of taking that finance and investing to a whole nother level. You can tokenize real estate. You can tokenize wind power. You can tokenize water. You can tokenize water rights anyway. Tokenize art, paintings, patents, all the things, raw materials, stuff like this. So how does that happen? All right. So for instance, let's look at it like this. If you see a building that's being rebuilt and somebody is going to take their artistic, talents and create a mural on that building, and they're looking for, whoever owns it, they're looking for investments, right? They want to do some crowdsourcing, and they go to a blockchain company that develops, blockchains and does tokenization. And now they can actually sell shares, which are in the form of tokens, to anybody in a fractional form. Those fractional shares is the tokenization of that bigger item. So you may not be able to come in and spend $1 billion on that building and help, reproduce it and make it nice and better, but you can actually invest in that through tokenization and still get returns on it just because you were able to get fractional shares or fractional tokenization of that particular asset, right? So when you look at that, then you can kind of think about NFTs, the non-fungible tokens. So there's liquid and there's illiquid, assets. So one of the illiquid assets is paintings, right? And art. We know that when NFTs became a thing, somebody out there in the world, guy from India, but he lives in Malaysia or Singapore, he actually purchased digital art for $69 million. $69 million he spent for digital art. That being the case, everybody was like, wow, that's weird. Like, is NFTs really like that? Yes, they're really like that. So that's a form of tokenization, is taking art and putting it on the blockchain and actually bringing value to it and making it more secure where nobody can fake it because of the smart contract that's built into the art. All right. So that's tokenization. Oh, and by the way, they have about 2 projects right now, the Zeniq and Safir Global. They have 2 projects they're working on, real estate projects that they're going to be tokenizing. And as a coin holder, this is another profit center that will benefit from as well. So if you haven't noticed, you have the coins being created, you're going to benefit. You have the tokenization, you're going to benefit. You have the exchange, you're going to benefit. And you're not having to do any recruiting for any of that. So when I talk about passive income, this is a powerful passive income opportunity because the coin price is tied to the corporation and their development. And they're developing and growing, and they have projects going and going and going. And you have Safir Global that is backed and supported an investment from the actual Emirates government. So the royal family is backing it as well. So the coin is driven by reality, like things that we physically know, we can touch, we can feel, like the tokenization projects, right? So when you want to know where is the coin price coming from, if it's not tied to the market like Bitcoin or Ethereum or those things, when their volatility hits, you either buy or sell. But what happens with the Zeniq token? Well, with the Zeniq coin, the value is driven by reality. So when they're actually out there building these projects and creating value for the company that comes to them, then the company obviously is going to pay for that. So when they pay for that, then commissions off of those tokenized projects comes back to the coin holders as profit share. When they are creating the exchange and people are using the exchange because the exchange is a much better platform than what's out there, because they actually accept all blockchain type tokens or coins and assets that are not tokens or coins. They actually have digital assets that they can trade on the exchange as well with the low fees. then guess what? We get paid a commission off of that as well. And when the coin price goes up because of those two things, we're going to make more money off of that as well. So these are three areas that create a passive income for anybody that's interested in earning without leaving whatever you love to do. If you love being a person that is teaching, if you love being a person that's a truck driver, which, I would recommend this very highly if that's what you do. If you love being, a nurse, like Gardenia, if you love, working in the farm, because some people really, like that, that's okay. Because passive income means you don't have to physically go out there and work for your money. Your money works for you. That's what we bring to our community, is how do we benefit and have money work for us? Some of the milestones started in 18, concept. 2020, they actually launched a website. They've updated the website since then. And the coin was produced. The coin hit Uniswap exchange in April of 2021. In March of 2021, that coin went to about 55 cents. The first, coin comes out, the energy is high, everybody wants to buy it. And then they didn't have any marketing at that time. They had, corporate people, some key people that knew what was going on. They kind of spread the word, but there was no marketing plan at that point. In June, we just started the marketing. This is one of my first, actual live videos that's of many that I'm going to talk about this particular program, because I want everybody to know. And so this is a kickoff of that as far as the marketing arm. And we know that they're going to do some tokenization. They got 2 projects in play right now. So we'll start benefiting from that. The app is coming out by the end of the year. We have the debit cards that's coming out by the end of the year. The exchange between 2022 and 2023. Right now, there's a kind of a range. They're just working on some approvals, working on license and things like that. There is going to be an actual physical Zeniq University, physically a building based on tokenization is going to be built in Dubai, and there's more to come. So this is kind of where we're at with this amazing opportunity. So you want to know, I hear all of that, right? Rashid, I hear you. You're talking about how stable the company is. You're talking about the relationship between Safir Global, Zeniq Technologies, OCS Investment Bank. These are powerhouses. You've solidified the fact that this is a credible company. You've solidified the fact that this is an amazing opportunity. And you've solidified that these guys are the real deal. Blockchain City, Dubai, they got companies creating this powerhouse of simplifying DeFi into a way that our money works for us. How in the world do I get involved? All right, well, let's talk about the packages here. So you have investment packages that you can purchase and start receiving your coins. Okay, so there are packages that they've created, and here's the beauty of it. You don't have to accept any of these. You can say, you know what, I got $10,000 and I want to purchase a package. Well, guess what? We'll figure out how to take 1 or 2 and see what number comes up. If that number works for you, then you can purchase those 2 packages to come up with the number that you want. If you say, you know what, I got 900 euros that I want to spend on these coins. And okay, great. Guess what? We got an 800 euro and we got a 100 euro. You purchase those 2, boom, you got 900 euros right there, right? That's your $1,000 or so. So obviously we speak in dollars, right? So I'll give you an idea of what the dollar amount is in a few of these, but they are in euros because obviously this is a European Union type connection. It's based in the Middle East, and they're using Austria and German technology and support to create this program. So that's really why you have this information in euros. So we in America is talking, in dollars, and some of the world talks in dollars. So I'll put it out there as dollars, and then if somebody wants to, talk about that, we can do that. So we see right here, we got the Zeniq Hub 01. That hub is 1998 euro, right? So that's a hub. It comes with 50 to 90 coins minted every single day. No, you don't have to physically go in and push any buttons. It will mint those coins no matter what. It takes about 10 to 12 weeks to actually get that particular physical device. Therefore, you'll have a back office. You go online, hit Safir.com, and you will be able to look at your coins, and you'll see everything happening right there. So you don't have to wait to start earning. You can earn right there the first moment that you make the purchase. You have the housing hub, which is not a physical device, but it is housed at the facility there in Dubai. So that device, that's a separate device, is a chip actually, that will hold your particular coins and any of the assets that you want to put on there. It'll hold that for you offline, so nothing, you don't have to worry about anything attacking that or vulnerabilities there. So that's 1498 or 1500 euros. That is one of the things that I recommend, because you're going to get actual coins minted, like I said, 50 to 90 coins a day, and you're going to get that device that's offline, secure, nobody can touch, but you still are able to log in and see all of that in your back office. We have the 2x. Now, what does that mean? So if you see the 2x, you see 4x, you see 8x, so on and so forth. So what you see is there's 50 is the baseline, right? So 50 times 2, 50 times 4, 50 times 8, and so on and so forth. So if you want to calculate that, then that's what that means. So we have the 2x housing hub, which is 2950 euro, which is about $3,500. That one, it'll mint you 100, at least 100 coins per day. And that 100 coin per day obviously will give you 3,000 per month, and so on and so forth. And we'll break that down in a minute. If you so desired and you said, hey, look, I'm excited, I see how I can actually earn a passive income. I don't need to chase after my money. I know the company is stable. I know that this is an amazing opportunity, that the coin is obviously going to rise in price. This coin, within the next 2 or 3 years could easily surpass $1 or $5. It may even go to $10. And I can show you a comparison between coins that started low and over time, they did increase tremendously. So this one actually has the company that's creating the value based upon the company development. So if the company has a coin or don't have a coin, how does the company stay profitable? By creating value and doing projects that they say they're going to do, creating partnerships with the local government, creating partnerships with the royal family, creating partnerships with international companies and banking. This is what this company has done. Then you throw a token or a coin in there, and now we all share in the profits from the company's development. This is something that anybody that's looking at, amazing opportunities, looking for ways to grow their income passively, this is, and I don't like the term no brainer, but this is literally very obvious to me that the profits are there, because I'm going to show you an example in a minute where you may be sitting there thinking like, how do I really make money with this? And I'll show you a very clear example on that. So you have these different options. So whatever, the types of funds that you have, whatever your budget says, you can invest in any area here. Here's what I want you to take away from this slide. If you look at this and you say, I want to invest because I have some money saved up and I want to invest somewhere. I want to invest in the 16x, right? So that's 50 times 16. That's a 22,000 euro package. Now, I'm not saying that's something that you have to do or you're looking at doing, but I just looked up and I saw that number and I chose it. So 16. So that's going to mint 800 coins per day. So if they're minting 800 coins per day for you, then by the end of the month, right, 800 times 30, what's that, about 24,000? Okay, so you got 24,000 coins per month. That's what that means. Okay, so what you're doing is every time coins are minted, it's like if I bought Google stock, right, or Alphabet stock some years ago when it was $1 or 10 cents or whatever. So I buy Google stock for $10 and I'm excited and I get 50 shares. Okay, so my $10, I get 50 shares. Now with stock, what happens? You buy those 50 shares, they give you a certificate, and you have 50 shares, and you're waiting for that price to go up to, what is it, like $3,000 now or something? So you have shares of Google stock. You're excited. and you got those 50 shares and you're holding on to them because you know it's going to go up, and it goes up to $3,000 in like 2 years, and you're like, I got 50, 3,000. Oh my gosh, you know what? I've made like $15,000 or something. So you've made $15,000 on those shares after 3 years. Well, guess what happens here? You can make that $15,000 every single month because they're going to mint new coins every single month. So if you purchase 800 coins because of the hub, 22,000 euro, and I'm not saying, just a number. If that happens, then they're going to mint 800 coins for you that day. Guess what happens the next day? 800 more the next day. So if you're making 15,000 in 3 years off of a 50 stock option that you got from Google, you only get the 15,000. With this operation, you get the stock options, their coins that day, and you can go ahead and go to Uniswap, and you can trade them out for whatever the price is at that time. But just like stocks, right, the price goes up and down. So with this opportunity, the price goes up, and then the company does, more things like any other company out there. They're doing different things to grow the company. So in a year, the company grows, the value of the coins go up. And so you don't spend that $50 Google stock, right, day one. But guess what Zeniq has done? They will give you those 800 coins today, then they give you 800 more tomorrow, and then get 800 more the next day. So you're going to get 800 per day. So it's like getting $50 of stock every day for a year. You can cash in today, or you can cash in at the end of the month because you need money every month, or you can cash in at the end of the year because you're going to let it sit, let the price of the coin go up. The price of the coin goes up to about 50 cents. And when it hits 50 cents, you cash in the amount of coins that you have at the end of the year. Now, 800 times 30 gives you 24,000. 24,000 times 12 months. That's the number that you're working with. And then you do 50 cents, which is 50% of the amount of tokens or coins that you have. That's the price that you're left with. So would you rather get your $50 stock option, or would you rather get your coins that appreciate and create more coins every single month? This is the option that I would choose. And this is the example I want to give you. Let's say, for instance, you purchase Forex Hub. Like I said, 50 to 90 coins are produced every day. Now you take the Forex Hub, which is 50 times 4. So that's 200 coins produced every single day for you. That one costs 5,800 euro, about $7,000. Now, we're looking at it from an investment perspective, not an expense perspective. So as an investment, the hub produces a minimum of 200 coins per day. At the end of the month, you got 6,000 coins, right? So those 6,000 coins would turn into 72,000 coins per year. At the end of 12 months, the coin price hits 50 cents. 50 cents, or in euros, I think it's the same, 56 cents. It's fluctuating. In the last month, it's went from 30 cents to 15 cents. And so now that we're kicking in with the marketing, now that they're doing the tokenization and bringing more value to the company, then over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then we know that it's inevitable. It's going up because it's not tied to what's happening with the Bitcoins and the Ethereums and so on and so forth. This is tied to the company doing its value, the company doing its projects, the company bringing more value. They got more investments. They got all of the things that any company will do to make sure that their company is flourishing, right? So this is what's happening with this company. That's why I'm so excited, because of the projects that they have right now and what's coming as well. It hits 50 cents by the end of the year. Very conservative. You have 72,000 coins because you invested $7,000. By the end of the year, you earn 36,000 euros on that investment, right? 50 cents. Half of the 72,000 coins is 50 cents. 50 cents equals 36,000 euros. So that's, and like I said, I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not a clairvoyant. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But what I can say is the numbers are the numbers. The company has already shown what they're doing and where they're going, right? So this is the projection that we're talking about. This is what we're relating to people that see the vision, people that understand that their money sitting where it is doing them no good. there's an opportunity to take the money that you have and put it somewhere that it can appreciate. If it goes up and down, guess what? If you invest in stock, it goes up and down. If you invest in Forex, it goes up and down. Well, mostly down. But if you invest in yourself and you take on this opportunity and you have a company that is solid, a company that is doing things to produce more value over the next year, that 50 cent is definitely going to look a whole lot different, I believe. But I'm not here to tell you that it's going to be $1 or $2. I'm here to say 50 cent conservatively is what you're probably going to see. And if you invest in what's the one up here on the top left, $29.50, $3,500 hub, then you're going to get 100 coins per day. By the end of the year, you're looking at about 18,000 euro return, right? If you invest $3,500 somewhere, anywhere, do you see yourself getting an $18,000 return on that within the next 9 to 12 months? Come on, guys. We know the difference here. We know what the banking system is doing. So don't fool yourself thinking that if I go out there and put my money into FDIC, insured banking system and they give me 0.01% on my money for the next 10 years, Gardini already said it, her money was stuck in there for more than a year and she got a whole 26 cent, AP yield on that. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows that your money is not safe in a bank no more than it's safe in your pocket. But at the end of the day, if you want to actually get some return, then you want to put it where you're going to actually have the best chance of getting a return. And this is right now, absolutely the best way to do that. So this is giving you a better picture of if you're looking at different, you're looking at it from okay, if I spend 1,500 euro, which is about, $2,300, okay, that's reasonable, right? That's something that if I'm going to make an investment, I can handle that. So 50 to 90 coins, minted per day for me. I don't physically have to do anything. I just hear this cha-ching every morning, right? And so those coins are created. By the end of the year, you're looking at about $9,000 profit off of a $2,000 investment. And this is just extra. This is literally just extra. I would think that after 6 months, you see it growing, you maybe go back and purchase another hub, right? And another 1,500. So now you've invested, let's say $4,000 over a 6-month period. And now instead of 9,000, you end up with 18,000. Average, right? If the coin hit 50 cent, that's the average price. That's powerful to me. I'm telling you, this is what got me sitting here talking to you today, is how powerful that right there is. That is fascinating to me, that we are in this position. We have been given the opportunity to take part in this type of wealth building. It's fascinating. There's people out there that's been doing this type of wealth building forever, making their money work for them. They sit there and they say, well, you know what? I got 10,000 euro and I want to put it somewhere because I know in the next 5 years, I'm going to retire. I'm done. And guess what? Every year they put 10,000 in. And after about 5 years, they've put in 50,000 euro. In this program, if somebody put in 50,000, let's say you put in 43,000 euro at the end of the first year. Okay, let's say it's 4 years. We're not gonna try to go too big. At the end of four years, hey, this warrior here, thank you, and I'm in. Oh, hey, Rodney, thank you, man. Hey, definitely. If you go to that website, Ultimate Weekend Plan, then definitely go ahead and register. And we're gonna do this. Hey, Rayanne, good to see you. We're gonna be doing some trainings. We're gonna get into this thing real deep. So thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. This is amazing opportunity. But yeah, just to kind of close this out, and I don't want to stretch it out too much because I think there's smart people out there that can add, and this is just math. This is just math. I can't promise you that this right here is going to happen. I can show you the numbers. I can show you what I believe in, and I can show you my particular back office so you can say, oh, okay, you know what? Rashid got some skin in the game. You're absolutely right. I'm not missing the boat. You know why? I've been burnt. I know what's happening out there in the industry. I know what people are going through. So believe me, I'm not going to sit here and play games with my money or other people's money. Right here at the end of the year, if I do the 43,000 over a 4-year period, over 4 years, I'm not saying you do it all at one time. I'm saying this is how the rich people get wealthy. This is how the wealthy people get ultra wealthy. This is how they separate from, that gap between the haves and have-nots, because the haves decide how to keep having. The have-nots keep complaining about the haves. We're right here. I'm giving you the golden goose egg is here. If you want the opportunity to be on the have side and help other people that don't have, then this is where you want to be. At the end of 1 year, right? 1 year, if you've gotten to the 40,000, and at the end of that fourth year, which is not said that 1 year, but that fourth year, that in that year alone, you're going to earn 288,000 euro. And all you did over the course of 4 years, monitor your monies, put in 10,000 per year. And I'm not saying we all, are able to do that or going to do that, but I'm just giving you an example of the rich people out there that have that kind of money, which is 10,000 is not a lot when you get into the rich and so on and so forth, but it is a lot for some people, right? But if somebody has that ability and they actually come up with that kind of money over a 4-year period, my goodness, they will look back and say, Rashid, I am so glad that you took the time, took the challenge to come online and tell us about this program. You know why? Because somebody out there, this is why I went live. Somebody out there is looking at this and saying, man, I ain't listening to you. And that's okay. That's okay. Because it's not for everybody. It's right. It's for the people that see it, the people that have vision, the people that have, the stamina to handle this type of opportunity and have the foresight to believe that, you know what, I can be in position that I have versus I have not. And I'm not saying that that's a prestigious title or anything like that. I'm just saying there's people out there that take the advantage of opportunities, and that's why they hit that level. There's people that look at opportunities and don't take advantage of them because they're skeptical about them, because they've been burned before, because now, and sometimes people just say, look, I just don't have the money. If I had the money, I would do it. I don't have it, so I can't do it. Guess what? There's a 100 euro package that you can purchase. There's a 150 euro package. There's an 800 euro package. There's a 450 euro package. I recommend that if you see this opportunity as some way that you can actually earn a little bit back from the losses that a lot of us incurred with these other platforms in the last 4, 5, 6 months, if you see that there is a possibility and you don't want to put yourself out there, no problem. You see that there's money to be made. The company is solid. The company is growing. Then 100 euros, 150 euros. I recommend the 450 because then at least you'll get a good amount. You can see some coins coming in, right? The lower you go, then you're going to be like, well, this doesn't work because you're only seeing a half and a coin like this. But if you want to see something, come in and it feels like you're, oh, wow, you know what? This investment is working. Guess what? You put in 450, which is about $500, right? $500. And you actually start seeing those things come in. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing when as soon as I made a payment, I go back to my back office and within an hour, because I basically didn't look. I came back, I looked, and I had my coins were there. I'm like, wow, these guys don't play. So this is the opportunity that we have. And I can't help it. I have to present this because this is nothing like we've done before. There are opportunities similar to this, and they probably present things similar, but what they don't have is an actual coin on the market that can be traded right now. That's the difference. Is you can take the coin and go and cash it in if you want to do that. We don't recommend it because the coin price goes up because people hold on to them for a little while longer. You start selling the coins, then the price is going to start dropping more and more and more. So yes, you need to hold it at least 30 days. I mean, just to accumulate some and see what happens with that. Okay. All right. So that's really what's happening. You can, like I said, you've probably seen this long enough. You probably take pictures, whatever you want to do. But that's how that works. But yeah, that's really the end of that part of the presentation. And, if you see an opportunity, if you see a way forward, if you see something that you believe is worth your time, then by all means, join me in this journey to help people regain some type of dignity, some funds, and feel that success. That information was very helpful. I hope that it gave you some insight to the power of Zeniq Technologies and how the marketing arm, which I am part of, benefit greatly from bringing awareness to the Zeniq opportunity and helping to give you an avenue to where you can actually invest into the Zeniq Hub, as well as the Zeniq Technologies and the Zeniq tokenization, as well as the Zeniq exchange, and ultimately the Zeniq coin. These are all ways that you can benefit and profit from being part of the coin holders of the Zeniq technologies that are being produced. And all of these are profit centers that will increase your passive income. Okay, so for the opportunity, definitely get in touch with me and I will be happy to give you an opportunity presentation and talk about the actual investment pieces, the investment packages that are available to you.